had we been green at that point, the Garrick's Companion would be quite good. And here we see another giant spider. Oh my lord. This is just painful. We really don't want two great swords. I suppose we can just pick up the ponder. Just try to filter our deck. Yeah, I'm very worried we're not going to have enough creatures. Okay, and here we need to pick up the rock egg just because we need bodies. So, cancel's fine, but we need the creatures. We can like pick up I mean, Quicksilver Amulet's not terrible, but or we can get Demystify for the board. Like putting creature into play as a trick can definitely be good. Just getting the creature. And Mesmerist is a card you don't really want to play, but I mean at least it does have a somewhat decent ability. You, in an absolute pinch, can, you know, mill someone out. Okay. So yeah, we're going to need to open pretty good cards in the third pack and get past quite a bit of white. Because at the moment we have a lot of just mediocre cards, and together I'm not sure it's going to come together as a deck. Okay, so here we are for pack 3. I'm very happy to open a much needed Mind Control. Definitely one of the best uncommons in this set, and hopefully can take this deck back in the direction that we're trying to go. Here we have another Griffin, the Fleetwing, and the Cutthroat. We have a few 5-drops, but I think that Griffin is significantly better than Fleetwing, so I think we're going to pick up the Griffin. Like, we don't have any, I mean, like, we have a great sword, but we don't have any real, like, auras or anything like that. If we had like an Angelic Destiny or a Divine Favor, might be the other way, but we don't. Happy to pick up Pacifism here. And hopefully we can kind of put the deck back in the right direction. Very happy to pick up a Lawkeeper here. Pretty much exactly what we need. Sad to pass the Stinger Fling, but I mean, we need to get cards for our deck here. Okay, here we could pick up a Manolith, and we have a decent number of 5-drops. Wouldn't be the worst idea. Um, but I like having Mana Leak. It's still a very good card. So I think I'm actually going to grab the Mana Leak here. Okay, here we have a few options. I like the Cutthroat more than the Dignitary. The extra power I think really matters. So I'm going to grab the Cutthroat here. A much needed 4-drop slot. Here we've got Warhorse. Some very good cards in other colors. Acidic Slime, Fire Slinger, Sacred Wolf, but Warhorse is fine. Now we have the makings of a much more well-rounded deck. Still not a super powerful deck, but you know it's much better than it was for sure. Here we're very happy to pick up another Cutthroat. We already have 3 Ponders. Definitely not picking up a 4th. And Alluring Siren is much better like a blue-green deck, but 2 4s are exactly what we want for the blue-white version. Here we can pick up like Turn to Frog I really don't like. I think I'm just going to grab another Harbor Serpent just in case we're up like against a blue opponent. Probably not going to play 2 main deck, just probably 1. I mean, like at this point we only have 11 creatures. However, we do have timely reinforcements, we have a mind control. So we have a few more creatures, so to speak. And then we have 2 pacifisms and like mana leaks to potentially counter creatures, so feeling much better about this deck. I think actually another Cutthroat is just fine. May not play all 3 main, but it's good to at least have the option against some more aggressive decks. Okay, and do I want a 4th 2/4 or a 3rd Mana Leak? Here I probably want the Mana Leak. Okay, very happy to grab Divination. So I think at this point, I mean, I'm fairly happy with our deck, but because it definitely improved a lot in the last pack. However, I think if we had gone blue-green, we probably would have an even stronger deck. I mean, granted, we do have 2 pacifisms, so you know we do have some good cards in white, but I just think that blue-green might have turned out a little bit more promising, but we'll see how it goes. We don't have any enchantments, so let's pick up the negate for the hard counter. I mean, we have enchantments, but just not for our own creatures. Okay, we'll be back in a minute for deck building. Okay, here's 23. So we have 2 out of the 3 Mana Leaks, 2 out of the 3 Ponders. Don't have the Frost Breath just because we have double pacifism. I think that you know we can side into Frost Breath if we come up against like other flyers, you know, or very just super aggressive deck. Running 2 out of the 3 Cutthroats. So I think this way, this is kind of a pretty equalized build. So I think that this is probably going to work pretty well. And then we can just sort of shift into whatever we need to based on what we see. So Magic Online says 7-10. Well, I think we want to go 8-9 just because we do have like the early Armored Warhorse. We've got Gideon's Lawkeeper. We don't need that much blue early, so I think that 8-9 is just fine. And we will see you back for round 1.